I forgot. The good thing about it is that you all are anonymous because your faces aren't shown. I don't know. I might walk up that way so that everybody can see this class that forgot that the last class was about memory. We'll talk about it. 2 o'clock. I think I said it earlier. Come. We're gonna talk about our final expectations and everything else. Okay. So make sure you're back here because we are wrapping up this summer term, getting ready for the fall. Huh? It's a lot. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. So this is a great segue because yesterday we spoke about memory. Today we're going to speak about thinking. We're going to speak about thinking. Okay? Thinking. Have you ever asked somebody this question or heard this question asked to somebody? Bro, what was you thinking about? Yes, Lord. Right? What was you thinking about? And the answer to that is normally, bruh, I wasn't. Why? Because we don't take time to think about what we think about. We don't take time to think about what we think about. Why am I thinking like this? Why do I view this the way that I do? Thinking is a skill that has to be developed. Have you ever seen somebody who just do something just because? They're very impulsive. They just react. He says you just react. You don't think. You're just impulsive. That's what we're talking about. I'm glad you're taking ownership of it. So you're gonna need to hear this. So make sure you take them off. Because I'm gonna be hitting a lot of good things today. A lot of good things. I want to make this very practical for your life. Thinking is a skill. You need to hone your thinking skills. You need to develop your thinking skills. You need to be able to, y'all have heard this term, think before you act, right? Think before you speak. Think about why you think in a certain way. So, huh? We're going to get into it. I promise we're going to answer those questions. Okay? So, there are 3 types of thinking. We're going to divide thinking into 3 sections. We have creative, we have analytical, and we have critical. Creative thinking, analytical thinking, and critical thinking. What is creative thinking? Coming up with new ideas, thinking to do what? To advance, invent. Anybody else? I appreciate coming up with new ideas. I appreciate you saying thinking to invent. Why? Because whenever somebody says thinking creatively, what does that normally go to? Somebody who might be a musician, somebody who might be an artist, somebody who might be a dancer. Thinking creatively. The thing about it is creative thinking is not just something that is owned by the arts, right? It's not something that's just owned by a particular subset. Creative thinking is someone who could be good, not who could be, but who is good at strategy. Someone who's able, we've said this term, think outside the box. Creative thinking might be, you have creative thinking in play calling when it comes to football, in basketball, in sports, in business, in science, in communications. You have all different types of creative thinking that can make people say, I've never looked at it like that before. So creative thinking is not just held if you can sing. Oh, child, that was, oh, you know how them church folk be when somebody's singing? Hey, nah. Just because somebody can do a run on the piano. That's not just creativity there. Creativity holds no bounds in whatever. I mean, you could be creative. You could be creative in disciplining your children. I need a bigger shirt, but what I used to do is when they were smaller and they would be fighting with each other, I take one of my shirts, I put it over both of them and call it the hug detention shirt. Now, since y'all want to fight, y'all got to hug here for 15 minutes. That, Yeah, you just cut the neck a little bit, let both of the heads fit through. The get along, you can call it the get along shirt. You can go, I did that too. You can call it the get along or shirt or the hug detention shirt, whichever one you want. When I act up, sit on our knees, stand on our knees right time like this. She ain't had energy to go like be beating y'all. So she was like, you know what? You gonna do this. It's creativity. Uh-huh. And typically what those things should do is deter you from doing what you were doing. And he was like, you know what? I don't want to do that no more. So I'm going to be, so it's creativity. Like creativity is not just in one place or another. Then we have critical thinking. Listen up, y'all. Listen up. Critical thinking. What is critical thinking? Becoming a problem solver. Thinking to a solution. Thinking to solve something. You hit it right on the nose, DJ. Good job. That is critical thinking. You are thinking to solve a problem. Now, if you have critical thinking to solve a problem, what is analytical thinking? Okay, you cannot answer the word. Close. Okay, we getting close there. What you saying, Sean? Okay, so yo, what's up, Dr. King? What's going on with you, Doc? I love it. I love it. I love it. Everybody's trying to get their answer right. All right, check this out. We're gonna. So it's not trying to. So listen. Here we go. Here we go. To analyze, you're really looking at how pieces fit together. When you're analyzing something, you're trying to bring things. We're trying to bring things together. We're trying to bring things together. We're trying to like, how does this work here with this? How do these two either compare and contrast? Different things of that nature. So you have to be able, so when it comes to critical thinking and it comes to analytical thinking, you can see if you're solving for a problem and you're solving to see how certain things fit, right? That how they can balance off of each other. Because sometimes they mesh with each other. They may not always be the exact same thing, but they can come and help you get to the same result.
how would it turn out? Critical is like in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It can be. I mean, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it, but analytical can be in the moment too. See? Critical versus critical. Analytical versus critical. So they can both get you. They may be two different things, but they can help you get to the to your desired result. But there are places where you're being critical and analytical, and they cross streams, right? They intersect.
So you can use analytical thinking to get to create.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you can get to creative thinking through analytical thinking. Yeah, you can. It all bounces off of each other. Like I said, you could be thinking creatively and see something and be like, I never noticed that. And at that point, you're connecting pieces at that point. So now you're being analytical of that thing which fits in the creative box. You feel me? All right. So let's talk about this, which I feel like this group really, really does a lot of.